Alright, this is the video for EGT 172 figure 1-5 in the Electronics Drafting 4th edition book. The model we are looking for is this. So in figure 1-5 you're going to duplicate that figure into AutoCAD model space here. Okay, it's very simple. With the electronic drafting, there's not going to be any scale involved. Only you're going to make everything proportional. In other words, you're just going to make it look like the figure in the book. But we're not using any scale, and there's very few items. It's mostly lines, circles, and a few different objects and some text. And I'm just going to take you through. I've broken these out here, and I'm just going to kind of show you quickly. You should already know how to do this from EGT 110, the basic AutoCAD class, but just to refresh, this is not that hard to do. On something like this with a resistor, I would come up here with a line. Let me get this out of my way. Go to line and make sure ortho is on. And just say I draw a line, and we'll type in 2. Not even worrying about the units right now. Okay, take ortho off by clicking here, and I'm looking for 1. I'm going to make it 1 in length. I'm going to hit 1, then tab, then 135, enter. Okay, because I want a 45-degree angle for right now. Now I'm going to type in 1 tab 45. Take it back this way. 1 tab 135, enter, and so forth. I'm going to go 1 tab 45, enter. Okay, then I'm going to go 1 tab 135, enter, and back 1 tab 45, enter, and then a straight line down by putting on ortho, straight down 2, enter. Now just hit escape. Okay. Once you have this drawn, you may need to scale it down. So you could go to scale right here, select the object, say I want to cut that in half. Just pick any point and type in 0.5, and it reduces it. Okay, so once you get one of these drawn, you can scale it up or down however you need it. So that's a quick look at a resistor. And rotate again, just highlight everything, turn it like that, copy. You might want to copy a couple of these and have them ready to put them in the drawing. And some of these, like I said, some of these are standing up, so you could copy, move it over, go to rotate, put a window around it, right click, then left click, and because I have ortho on right here, it's going to stand it up 90 degrees. Okay, so that's a resistor. Pretty easy. And it only gets simpler. Something like this where you have, you have these little triangles in here representing a direction, an arrow. And the guy that drew this, he did not use a 45 degree. I did it with a 45 and made it a little bit straighter. So if it were me, I would have done a little bit better job than this. But this is just a representation. Try to get everything equal, the same like this. Okay. Now as far as these, we can kind of trace over. You can just go to line, take ortho off, and that's on a 63 degree angle. But what you could do is you could go, just to show you, line, pick any spot, make it 1.25 tab 60 degrees, enter. Put on ortho, type in 1.25, enter, and then reconnect at the bottom. So you could use this. Just use a 60. I'm just going to erase that one. Use a 60 degree triangle. Okay. Same deal here. There's a couple ways to do this. You could come here, and I pulled that one from right here. You can come up here with a rectangle. Just drop that in. And if you wanted to do it the long way, you could do it with a line. Like that. But I suggest doing it with a rectangle. So I'm just going to erase that and just continue with the rectangle. It's much easier. Okay. Now, to get the solid inside of these, you're going to go here to hatch. Okay, and make sure it's on solid. Click inside and hit escape, and you got that. Okay, so that's very simple. This one, all it is, circle. Draw your line. Come up here, find the tangent. See how I'm getting that tangent right there? If that's not showing up, come down here, right click and hit that snap setting button and go to object snap. Make sure F3 right here is checked, object snap tracking, make sure that's on, and select all. Once you select all, hit OK. Draw that line out to the center. Okay? Hit escape. Go to trim. Choose this line. And then left click that one off. Hit escape. Click this line. Grab that grip and just move it up till it looks like the top. Okay? Then again, you're just going to go pick a line. You can draw it up to there, which is tangent at that point. Same thing here. Here to tangent. Okay? And then just recreate that triangle. Take ortho ortho off. Draw that in. Okay. If you wanted to shorten this up, you could grab that grip, move it over a bit, trim. So there's all kind of things you can do. I'd go to trim, click this line, right click. Let's do that again. Go to trim, click, left click that line, then come out, right click, and then left click this line. Enter. Okay, so that's how you do that. Now to create text, hit your text button right here. Brings up the text dialog box, text editor, and just type in whatever text you want. Back that up. Hit escape and say yes. And then scale your text to the size you like. Okay? And once you have, say I move this text over and I got it right here. If I need to create more text for other areas, what I would do is just copy the one I already have, bring it up like that, double click it, and just type in the new text. Hit escape, yes. Okay, that way you keep the same text style. And again, if you needed to make a larger text, just copy that over, go to scale. If I want to double the size of it, just type in 2 and you're done. And again, the only other thing is like here, that's very easy, just with a line. You know, you can duplicate those. Make sure, just say I go 1 tab 45 and then 1 tab 135. So that's pretty much all you need to complete this first exercise. And all you're going to do is just start out with a line. Make sure ortho here is on to give you a straight line. Draw up, draw over, get you a circle, put it on the end of that line, like that. Go to hatch. Make sure it's on solid, click that, hit escape. And that would be pretty much this first line. And you could take excuse me, copy that over. So that's our first model here. Go back to EGT 110 and create a block and block it in. Turn that in for figure 1.5.